So I'm in the town of Roan Mountain. Well, I guess I'm outside of the town. I could have stayed in the hostel tonight, but I figure I've been doing that too much lately, so I'm sitting in my tent in the rain. I'm soaked, everything's soaked. I think I set up rather poorly. It looks like crap in here and everything's wet, but hey, it's all part of the experience. I got a call from Wildflower. She's in town somewhere, but then stopped replying. So she sent something saying, hey, I'm in that town. I'm like, cool, so am I, you know, and never heard anything back from her. So I was like, fuck it, going back on the trail. I'll meet up with her in the future trail days, or if she is in town, maybe I'll hit her up tomorrow. I still have to go back in town and resupply anyway. You're calling for a good 2 inches tonight. I know somebody's gonna get soaked in the middle of the night. Already looking forward to it. If I count on it and it happens, hey, cool. But if I'm like, oh no, my tent's gonna totally hold up in this storm, because if the storm gets bad, my tent's collapsing on me. I don't know what I'm doing. But no, this is how you learn. Day 48. Cold, wet, miserable. My tent sucks. I bought it used a few towns ago, but the guy who owned it before me didn't seal it properly, so the damn thing just leaked on me all night long. So everything's soaked, sleeping bag, clothes. What a beautiful way to start the day. So, it stopped raining for a while. It's supposed to, be on and off for the next few hours. I figured while it wasn't raining, I might as well pack up my shit, head into town, see if I can't find Wildflower. She's out there somewhere. Maybe find some breakfast. And then it's supposed to be sunny for the rest of the week, I hope, so I can dry all my stuff out. Because my pack weighs so much more with wet stuff in it. Feels like a good 10 pounds in there, but I'm probably exaggerating. But I'm about to go find a town and wander through it and see what I can find. Sounds like fun. This is the lovely B&B I stayed in last night. I got on their porch at like 3 a.m. and just hung out and tried to be quiet and stay out of the rain. Made a little coffee on their porch. And then around 7 or 8, they had breakfast at 8 o'clock, and it was the best breakfast I've ever seen. It was like magazine quality. Everything was freaking beautiful, and it tasted awesome. And they didn't know I wasn't with the group, so they didn't charge me. Free food. But pretty sweet place. Got a little river chilling right here. Living in a barn. That's the main house up there. Really sweet place. Inside my abode, got that nice expensive room. Wow, this is luxury for a thru hiker. That's tiny. I can't even fit over here. I can walk halfway into the room before I bump my head. Amenities. I mean, from the 1980s. I mean, check out that stereo. And when's the last time you saw one of those? I mean, really, for those of you too young to know, that's a VCR. Day 49. Happy Mother's Day. So I'm back on the trail with Wildflower. We're only a little bit in. Her knees are still bothering her, so I've kind of taken over and we're going to do things my way for a little bit. Been letting her do things her way and she's not getting any better, so I think she's putting on her knee braces wrong, so I'm all over about that. I don't think she uses her sticks right. And we all know I can be very critical. Well, I guess we don't all, but, we all know. We're going to, I don't know, see how far we can make it. I'm expecting she'll go for a few days and then find a parking lot in Yellow Blaze up to Damascus, and then I'll try to get there as fast as I can. Set some sort of personal challenge and hurt myself trying to achieve it. But that's how I roll. That's what makes me happy. I'm doing my best to keep her on the trail. I want her to feel good about herself. She did that 13-mile day. She was all proud of herself. It's nice to see. So I'm carrying like half of her crap right now. Whew. I think my pack's at like 55 pounds. But she's down to like 20-something, so, I'm hoping, that helps. Slows me down, speeds her up, we'll probably meet in the same place. That's the plan anyway, but we all know how my plans go out here. I feel under the weather. I might have picked up some sort of bug. I've been nauseous all day. Overly cold for the weather. It tells me I might have a slight fever. But instead of getting sick, I go into a state of denial. It's not helping that I'm carrying all this extra weight on my back, but if I didn't, she'd be even farther behind. She's probably like a mile or so behind me, even with just barely 20 pounds on her back. So more than likely, tonight will be the last night we spend together, and then tomorrow I take off for Damascus. She gets as far as she can, and then yellow blazes up, and we'll see where it goes after that. I don't know what's going to happen. We can't very well slow down anymore, so I need to speed her up. Damn. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for her, and there's some falls that way. Maybe go check those out. So I'm just going to lean up against this tree and take me a nice nap. Just in case you fall, I got to be recording it. I know, but we'll laugh about it later. I mean, right now it'll be all dramatic and you'll be mad at me because I won't stop filming and I'll laugh at you a lot. But later on, it will be hilarious. Oh, maybe next time. Okay, this is definitely the coolest campsite I have found so far. Camping right on top of that rock up there. And I guess I'm going to listen to the sound of a roaring waterfall all night. Good times. This is the best campsite I have had so far. What? Oh, damn. Yeah. God damn. That's skills right there. Now that's farther than I can feed. Okay. 8:50. Wildflower and I aren't parting ways yet. We're gonna try to make it on. She's still got a little more oomph left in her, so we'll see what she can handle. Still trying to make our way to trail days. But waking up in an awesome spot with a waterfall, pretty nice. I think I had a fever last night. I kept waking up just so sweaty. I feel disgusting, and my hair is afroed out. But hey, I feel better today, so that's all that really matters. So yeah, just try to take another easy day. Probably less than 10. Probably do that for the next couple days. Maybe drop her off at the next hostel, and then I'll book my ass up to Damascus. But yeah, my plans always suck and fall apart. But that's what I'm working on now. It is a beautiful day. We have achieved 400 miles according to that blaze right there. We can't really trust that blaze. I'm looking for rock formations to tell me that, but 400, boom, beat that, bitches. A few miles in, we stopped for second coffee at this shelter. And while I was down doing my hair, because, I had to straighten it all out. If it's not going to be raining, I'm not going to wear the curly hair. I'm going to go for my wavy look. So went down to the stream, did my hair a little bit. Oops, sweating now. It's getting warm. And I ran into a minor internet celebrity, a guy who wants to do the AT and the PCT. And evidently he's doing the AT again. He's got a very recognizable mustache named Nemor. Nice enough cat. I wish I had a backpack as small as his, man. He's got to be carrying like probably less than 15 pounds. Need to learn. I'm carrying like 55 right now and it's killing me. I'm still ahead of Wildflower though, so that's saying something. She's doing better today. Her knees don't seem to be hurting, so we're gonna see how far we can push today, tomorrow. If she can't keep up, and we can't make it to trail days, she's just gonna stop off at a hostel and probably yellow blaze up, and I'm just gonna truck my ass on in. But so now I'm gonna stay here. I gotta dry out my sleeping bag because I was sweating like a beast last night. I'm pretty sure I had a fever. So my sleeping bag both stinks and is moist. So time to dry that out and have first lunch and wait for the girl to catch up. And they call this place Hardcore Cascades. Not really. I mean, now that I'm here, it's pretty hardcore. But before I got here, this is a trickle. Not impressed. Day 51. This is the gorgeous spot where I slept last night. It's right next to Hardcore Falls. Had a great fire. Hardcore Falls, you know, as hardcore as it is where I washed my dishes, because that's where hardcore guys wash their dishes. But I'd have to say this is the second best camping spot I've ever had. It was kind of better than last night, or the night before, because I didn't get wet when I woke up in the morning. And this was a little more comfortable, but that one was pretty badass, being over a waterfall. AT is literally right there, so I don't have to walk very far to get to it. Last night after we set up camp, we saw Malibu walking by with her chihuahua on her shirt, invited her in, she slept right over there. It was good times. And then she brought me back my gloves. Turns out I had left them somewhere. I was looking for them, but I just figured they were lost. And boom, she's like, hey, I got your gloves. Gotta love how this shit works out. I lost those like 2 or 3 days ago. Very cool. So I'm trying to do, I think, 9 miles today. We'll see how Wildflower's legs are holding up. But she did 9 yesterday, so that's not a bad number. She does 9 today. We'll see if she gives up or not, and maybe do it the next day. Technically, if we do 15 miles a day, we will arrive in Damascus by Friday night, Saturday morning, something along those lines. I don't think she can do 15 a day, but she can get as close as she can and then just shuttle up. And then I'd only have a few miles to make up. Sounds pretty easy. See how it goes. Play shit by ear. We have decided to part ways.
Oh my goodness.
So Wildflower got sick of slowing me down, so she's sending me off ahead. There's a hostel in 6 miles, so I gave her all her stuff. She can take her time getting there, and then Yellow Blaze up to Damascus. Today's Tuesday, and Damascus is only 50 miles away. I want to be there by Friday. Yeah, no problem. So what is Trail Days, and why are we excited about it? What is it exactly? I'm not sure. Some sort of hippie love fest, except with a group of people that actually smells worse than hippies, if you can imagine. Hikers. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, thousands of people camping out. Not necessarily my scene, but I'm headed there nonetheless. Mostly for me, I'm excited about picking up my new kilt. Because Utila Kilts, the company I ordered my kilt from, they sent me the wrong one made out of cotton. So they were kind enough to just send me the ripstop one, and they already sent it out. Hopefully it looks exactly the same as the other one. That's what I'm praying for. If they sent me something that's hot pink or whatnot, don't think that'll stop me from wearing it, but I won't be as happy with it. And other than that, I'm kind of excited to see what vendors they have. I wouldn't mind, procuring some new equipment that maybe weighs a little less than what I have. New tent is definitely in order because, I just got a little 1-man tent that kind of leaks a little bit. And I wouldn't mind a nice 2 or 3-man tent because there's a company called Z-Packs that makes these super light tents. They've got a 3-man tent that weighs less than my 1-man tent. But at the same time, they're uber expensive. But, I'm going to check around and see what my options are. It's like house shopping, but on a much smaller scale. But yeah, that's the main reason I'm going there. It'd be cool to catch up with some other peeps that I haven't seen in a while. But, hell, I've heard estimates as much as 10 and 20,000 people will be at this. That's overload for me. Not really into it. But, hell, who knows? I'll have a good time. I'm pretty sure I have a good time everywhere. Throw a little alcohol in me and everything just loosens up a bit. 49 miles to go. This almost reminds me of Arizona. I'm in a nice little canyon. Rock spills. You gotta watch out for falling rocks in here. Do not want to be here in an earthquake. I just punch those rocks in the faces. I ain't gotta worry about them, but gotta worry about the common folk, Day 52. Probably the best morning I've woke up. Nice and warm, no wind. It was actually such a nice night. Last night I did what they called cowboy camping. I just threw my pad and my sleeping bag on the ground and just went to sleep there. I did find a bug net yesterday, so I put that over my head just in case. There was a few mosquitoes giving me a little grief. But the race is on for Damascus. I'm going to try to bust out 25 or so miles today. That should put me right outside. I actually have no idea where I'm at today. I don't check maps. I think I did somewhere near 18, 16 or something yesterday. So if I pull off a 25 today, that'll put me right outside of the place. Or maybe so close that I'll walk on in. Yeah, who cares? We'll find out. Yesterday was a pretty good day as well. I'm faster than I thought I was once I ditched all the extra weight that I was carrying for wildflower. Man, I started flying. Came to a point where there was a bunch of day hikers and whatnot, and it was just nice to blow past everybody. Just pew down the road. Oh, they did make it a little confusing. I was following my white blazes, and then boom, all of a sudden the blazes were blue. But I was like, well, you know, there was no other options that I saw, so I kept walking. And then I ran into another couple, and I was like, hey, am I still on the AT? And they're like, we don't know. We've been going down blue blazes, so we turned around and came back. So I turned around and went back with them. Ran into a girl named Megan who had a map on her phone, and turns out we were going the right way, so we wasted like a half hour backtracking. Megan and I knew each other were cool right off the bat, so we hung out for about an hour or so. She was good peoples. And then here I am. Beautiful morning. I'm loving this shit. Let's see what the day holds. Came around the corner, and this tree is covered in the biggest freaking mushrooms I've ever seen. There's one's down here. Put a foot on it for reference. It's the size of my freaking foot. Jabus. Big shrooms. This big tree deserves big shrooms. Ooh, unexpectedly I have come across a lake. Tons of geese all over the place. I hear those things are aggressive, so I might not want to piss them off. Can't tell how big this thing is, but it looks pretty big. I can't tell if it goes off to my left. Is this? I couldn't tell if that was blacktop or water. So I think this is a great place to have myself some second coffee at. Watch the sunrise come from over there. There's nice mist on the mountains. Yep, this is my spot. I'm gonna chill here for a bit. Watch the sun come up. This is gonna be a good day, man. Good day. Everybody's had babies. There's ducks over there with babies. There's geese over there with babies. Everybody's keeping an eye on me. But this place is littered with little babies. Aren't they adorable? Damn, those guys have like 10 chicks. You're one busy, busy bird. It looks so fluffy, I really want to touch one, but I know there's no way you're letting me near those babies. Totally cute. If they get too close, they start hissing at me. See, it's hissing. Do it again. You guys are adorable. That's his intimidation strut. He's like, he don't like nobody around. I'm a badass around here. You don't fuck with my babies. So I see this watering station. It's right there. I'm like, oh man, I'll go over and, you know, fill up my water bottles before I carry on. And these fuckers all closed in on me, and everybody's hissing at me, and like they're surrounding me close in ranks. I was mildly intimidated by birds. They're kind of big when you get close, and when they're hissing at you, it was cute when there was just one hissing at me, but when you've got them surrounding you and hissing at you, fuck. Ooh, apparently there's bears around here for the next 4 miles. It tells me I'm not allowed to hang out or anything, that I just got to keep on trucking. Cool, I hope I see a bear. The sun's up now. They're not nearly as scary when the sun's up. Crossing my fingers. Been walking through this for a little while. Now all you who come behind me, you should appreciate me, because I am not just silk blazing a little bit. I mean, there's entire, I can't capture him. I mean, there's entire, there he is, entire spider webs with spider all over this trail. I mean, they're just little guys. They're not all that scary, but still I am freaking covered in their webs. I mean, they're everywhere. That's what I get for being a morning person. Okay, I don't rightly know where I'm at, you know, whatever lake this is on my way to Damascus. I'm not looking in the book because I don't really care. But I gotta say, the people who maintain this area, throw some fucking paint on a tree once in a while. See, I got this blaze right here. Alright, that's the AT of it. I came up this way. I get here, I get to an intersection, and this happened yesterday. I can go down there, I can go over there, I could go up that, or I can go over here. This one to me seems the most logical, right? So I'll walk down and check, and I've checked them all and I don't see anything, but I got a blue blaze over here. Alright, am I supposed to be following blue blazes again? Alright, it seems a logical choice, but yeah, throw some paint on a tree once in a while. It's not really all that hard. Am I asking too much here? So blue blaze leads me to here. A road. Houses. Yeah. Oh, I see a blue blaze on that pole right there. But why am I following blue? Damn you! Yeah, I realize this is just simple stuff. You follow little marks on trees and rocks. But, you know, you gotta stick with the program. Like, every once in a while I throw in another color. There was red ones for a little while. Nobody's told me about anything about no red blazes. We got rules for a reason. I'm not supposed to be following blue. There's another blue one. What the hell, man? It better be the right way. It's like 15, 20 minutes later, while I'm still walking down the same road, and then I see this pole with two blue blazes on it. Alright? Where the hell do I go after this? Alright, I can walk up and down a main road, but I see nothing telling me where to go. Jerks! Behold, I have found white blazes. Or are they light blue? Run across the road to find out. They look white to me. Okay. I guess I take a right here. We'll find out. Totally annoyed. Okay, are these blazes? Are they just reflectors? I mean, there's reflectors all over the place. But they're blazes and there's two of them. There's one on the bottom. There'd be one either to the left or the right to tell me which way I'm supposed to turn, right? So, I mean, they're straight up and down, so I don't know where I'm going. So, you know, I walk around here, you try to find the next one. But, like, it's a freaking neighborhood. All right, dead end up that way, according to the sign, no blaze. I've walked as far as, can't see it, but the stop sign right there. Walked as far as that, I can't see any blazes in that direction. I have no idea which way I'm supposed to go, and that annoys the hell out of me. I'm supposed to be walking here or sitting down and drinking coffee. And I'm not doing either. Whoever paints the blazes for this area, you suck at what you do. I'm just calling you out. I'm calling you out. Whoever you are and it's your job, you suck. Oh man, I recognize those benches and those geese. I walked in a motherfucking circle. Okay, fuck this shit. Alright, start over, let's try again. Maybe take a different path. What the hell? Alright, back at the sign that says closed for bears. I got a white blaze right there. So I am on the right path, but you know, I'm starting again and figure out maybe where I went wrong this time. That's annoying. Oh man. And you know all the spiders, they're all gonna have to set up their webs again, aren't they? Ah. What do you think this is all about? There's foam in certain spots on these trees. Is that natural? Weird. Coming to this intersection again. White blaze still on the AT. I get up here. I've got a closed road. I do not see a single blaze in that direction anywhere. Then I got the path I took last time that had a blue blaze. Okay. That was at least a mile or so of wasted time. So it turns out that this closed road right here is the way to go. Now how the hell was I supposed to know that? I mean, I see nothing marking anything. The first mark I found is a good 100 yards that way, where the road forks off again and it tells me to take the left. Why? Why would you do that? Get out here with some white paintbrushes, you know, get your job done. This is what I don't pay you for. I wish I could capture the amount of silk that is on this trail, filled with tiny spiders. I am just wearing all of them. I am covered in tiny green spiders. And tons of spider webs. But maybe the spider webs will keep the mosquitoes away, huh? Now that I know where I'm going, I'm about 14 miles in on my day or so. Not bad because it's barely noon, I think. The goal is to do somewhere near 30, and if I can do 30, then that puts me in Gatlinburg, or not Gatlinburg, where am I headed? Damascus, there we go. That puts me in Damascus sometime before noon, which would work for me. So, yeah, that's pretty much the goal, and let's see how it really goes. I'm feeling pretty strong, and there's not a whole lot of like hardcore up and downs for the next at least 12 miles, so I got this. Let's see what we can do. I think this is another random chimney along the AT. You know, if I opened up my book, it'd have told me all about it, but I don't roll that way. Oh, guess not. It's another tombstone. Lived alone, suffered alone, and died alone, it says. Javis. You've been dead for a long time. Oh, your body's really in there. Somebody stuck some feathers in here. Surprised there's no pennies. Every other gravesite I've been to on the AT had pennies on them. I'm assuming they're for the ferryman. But, you know, these people have been long dead. Ooh, body's probably underneath this, huh? That makes sense. There was writing on it once upon a time. There's 25. Huh. Interesting. I'm guessing that back in the day this was the water source. I can hear water running from inside of it and I can see it leaking out the corners. But I guess they've relocated. Nowadays that's where people are taking their water from. I'm not actually going to take my water from this because it's too close to the road. I don't know, it just seems sketchy to me. I've got a leader. From what I heard, I'm less than a mile away from the road where I believe I am going to hitchhike into town and see if I can find some tobacco and cheeseburgers or something along those lines. Something totally unhealthy, but you know, something I want nonetheless. And then after I get back, it's, from what I heard, it was like 24 miles to Damascus. So that's kind of a long day tomorrow. I think that's about how far I've gone today. So I'm not going to get in as early as I wanted, but no, I'll deal with it. I think I'm still on the AT, but instead of white blazes, I now have orange dots. What the fuck? I don't follow orange dots, but evidently I do today. If I somehow end up in a big O circle and back to where those geese were, I'm going to flip. Orange dots. Orange dot. Good times, good times. Just ran into some friends, Sparkle Feet and Gary Busey. And Sparkle Feet totally hooked me up. Awesome, thank you, man. And he also informs me that there might be a dude named Coy waiting in the parking lot for him. And since he's hanging back for a little bit, I'm going to see if I can get Coy to give me a ride into town. Keep my fingers crossed. Unfortunately, when I got there, Coy was not waiting in the parking lot, and that road is the road less traveled. And there's no way I could walk into town before the place is closed. I might be able to squeak in last second, but then I'd be that asshole that came in last second and started ordering food. Nobody likes that guy. So, just gonna skip it. Keep on walking. Next shelter is like 3 miles up, so I'll stop off there, grab some water, keep on trucking, and, you know, fall asleep somewhere up the trail. That'll be good night. Ooh, the gate is wide open. There's access to the moo cows over there, and there are little babies in the field. I'd totally go play with them, but I'm pretty sure they'd kick my ass. Onward ho. Walking down the trail towards the shelter, but I found myself a water supply. So I came up here, made a camp. There happens to be a bed of moss right here that's all nice and flat and thick. So I'm just going to sleep on my Tyvek mat. This is pretty much what we call cowboy camping. That's just my sleeping bag. That's my clothes bag that I use as a pillow. and you know, a beanie, and the orange thing under here. That is a bug net that I found the other day in the shelter. Haven't found its owner yet, so evidently I'm its new owner. Make myself a nice bonfire, and that's where I'm cooking my dinner. Hopefully it doesn't rain tonight. Yeah, I have been redeemed. Totally redeemed. I got a frog right here that was about to jump in the fire. And a little guy. Get away from the fire! Ah, see? Ah, get away, get away, get away!
Going back to the fire.
Yeah. Okay, I saved a frog. I killed a frog. We're even. So a hiker came up. He's missing his buddy and he needs some power. So I'm giving him my last blip of energy. So if I, you know, I ran out of energy before trail days, so I can't film anything. It's totally that guy's fault. Not my fault for being a nice guy and a sucker. It's totally his fault for asking. This is what it's all about right here. I'm laying comfortably in a bed of moss. Fire softly crackling in the background, just illuminating my hands. I can see everything. Stars glowing above me. I don't have a care in the world right now. I want to do this forever. I love just laying here listening to the wind blowing through the trees. I haven't watched TV or listened to music or anything since I've been out here. Like, I left 2 episodes left unwatched of The Walking Dead. Like, that's a good show, and like, I just left it. Didn't even, you know, I could totally look it up. You know, I have a phone, but I didn't. It's crazy how things have changed.